Hey guys, back with another video. This one is gonna have a little bit more of a somber tone because it wasn't that big of a deal for me. Like, I didn't lose that much money. I've made way more money this past week than losing this money. But I got rugged for the first time in what's it called? Evolved Apes. So I don't know the full story about what happened exactly, but it sounds like at least one of the developers. It's kind of ironic because his name was Evil Ape, but it sounds like at least one of the developers, basically the guy who had access to all of the Ethereum from the mint, basically just, took all the Ethereum and that was it, and disappeared. So I had bought two of these before the reveal at around 0.15. So, I lost, I guess, around $1,000, something like that. But it's just a reminder of some of the lessons that I've learned in general since I got into NFTs, and I just wanted to share some of those. A lot of it has to do with the basically the tone of the Discord and like the way that the moderators and the team is communicating with the community. Because, and also just how the community is behaving. I learned this from somewhere else also, but if in the Discord everybody's just talking about floor price, I think I first heard this from NFT Llama. So shout out to NFT Llama. I just discovered his channel a couple of days ago. Really good channel. Definitely recommend you guys check it out. But he was talking about how, if you check out the Discord and people are just talking about people are just talking about the floor price and they're not talking about the project or the roadmap or how excited they are to be part of the community, then most likely the price is going to drop, at least in the short term, until you shake out, these guys who are trying to flip and just trying to make a quick profit. Because in order for a project to moon, you need at least a good percent of, diamond hands, people who seriously believe in the project. And so yeah, watch out for those Discords where they're just talking about floor price. Also, if the person leading the community, the team member who's in charge of giving the announcements, if you get a sketchy tone from him, that's definitely a red flag. If they're talking about floor price, if one of the things on the map is to boost floor price, I don't think that's a good sign. For example, I was actually in the Sneaky Vampire AMA session, which in itself, I think if the team is hosting an AMA, which is basically when it's like basically an audio conversation with the entire community and anybody is welcome to ask questions. I think that in itself is a really good sign. It's a sign that there's some level of transparency from the team. They're willing to answer, sometimes tough questions. They're putting their time into answering questions. Like for the Sneaky Vampires, for example, I believe every single one of the team members, including the artist, who's the artist from Bored Ape Yacht Club, were in the AMA, and it lasted longer than an hour. So that shows dedication. That shows transparency. And they didn't mention anything about floor price. In fact, they said that they'd prefer that people don't shill their project, and basically harass people on Twitter, which a lot of projects do. And honestly, I don't even think there's anything wrong with that. But the fact that they don't even want you to just, shill influencers on Twitter, they don't want you to just, constantly message people who are influencers about their project. I mean, that just shows that their main concern is the project itself. It's not, rising the floor price. So that's the opposite of what they were doing in the Discord of Evolved Apes. And also a couple of other projects that I've unfortunately been involved in. I'm not as sure about Fancy Frenchies, but Eternal Beings, that's basically turned out to be, I don't want to say a rug pull, but it seems like basically the team behind it probably just paid well, paid Lil Uzi Vert to shill it on his Twitter, and then right after it got released, he deleted all of the messages about it on Twitter. And it's similar with Fancy Frenchies, and you know, a lot of people are saying there might be a link. It might be the same team behind Fancy Frenchies and Eternal Beings. That would make sense to me because you know, they're just paying these rappers to shill the project, or at least that's how it appears. I don't have any evidence that that's what's happening, but that's how it appears. You know, you guys let me know in the comments if you think that's what's happening. I know some people are probably gonna be pissed because they're holding Fancy Frenchies. I'm holding some Fancy Frenchies. I'm holding one Eternal Being, so it's not in my best interest to say this, but I just think that's what's happening. I probably will try to sell my Fancy Frenchies because it's not going to be that big of a loss. I'm going to hold on to my Eternal Being because I think the art is actually pretty sick. But yeah, so I really think you don't want a project where everything in Discord is about floor price. So just keep that in mind. That's a huge red flag. If you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe. See you next video. Peace.